Welcome to the Guy Lingo Podcast with your host, Platinum Cash, and my special guest in the building, HD. He
What's up,
decided to,
fellas?
he decided to come in and fill in.
Long time listener.
We are back at it again. Like I said, we got HD in the house filling in for Big Mo. Big Mo is on a nice cruise right now out in the middle of the Gulf of America. As, as some people may call it, as it changed on their Google Maps. But he out there in the Gulf of Mexico. Welcome to the show, man.
Appreciate it. I mean, like I said, long time listener.
Yeah, it's late notice here. You know, he had to just step away from dinner. Actually, he hasn't even eaten yet. So I appreciate him stepping in, stepping in and taking this and getting on with me today to talk some mess or whatever we get into about sports and everything else that happened in the week. Real quick, I'm just gonna give a little recap of what I went through this week. This was a pretty cool week, I guess. Recovered from Vegas, so that was good. And then I actually went to this thing called Bingo Loco yesterday.
Yeah, I heard about that. Well, how was it?
Um, the atmosphere is insane. If you are a single guy, um, you would love to go to Bingo Loco. I guarantee it. It was 85% women, and then the other 15% was the dudes with their girl. um, no,
Where's
but
the age range here?
it was a good time, man. I mean,
Yeah.
here's my kickback from it. I paid Vegas prices for my drinks, so I still was in Vegas. Um, you should have seen that. You should have seen the look on my wife's face when the tab came up. And she was like $66, and we only had three drinks. Um, yeah, that was interesting. I was like, you did not want to see. She's like, I saw your tab in Vegas. But anyway, um, it's
Were really people playing bingo?
you're packed in there. I didn't even play. My wife did my card. I didn't even play I didn't even look. I couldn't even see the numbers first of all, because they're little ass numbers. And as the coach told you, I'm getting farsighted all of a sudden. So I couldn't see shit. And plus it's all dark in there, and they try to make it like a rave, right? So I had the colors and lights and all this crap. So everybody coming there with all these different things on. It was cool, but the prizes is a rip off. Like
Yeah,
you say,
they
you're
didn't
gonna
give
win
it out equal
prizes.
prizes.
They say you're gonna win prizes, right? The only real prize was the trip to Vegas for two people, right?
Mm.
They had an opportunity to take a picture with a cutout. That was a prize. Some dude got a dildo. That was a prize. And then I think somebody won um, a portable speaker. I
Dang.
mean,
How
if
many how many people are out there?
there was probably about 200 people. Like
Okay, good crowd.
they easily made about 60 to 70,000. It was sold
Dang,
out.
they cheaped you on the price.
And if it was a fire, you weren't get you stuck because there was a lot of fire hazards. By the way, I'm just throwing it out there. Good thing
I
we got
understand.
moved up to VIP because otherwise we would have been right in the area of everybody. But
Okay.
it's a cool experience. If you got to try it once, it's a good thing to try once. But I advise you to eat before you go, drink before you go, bring a bottle with you if you can, because they definitely did not search or ask anything. So disclaimer there, they may come after me. Um,
So the question is, would you go back again?
no, I'm not gonna go back again.
No,
I'm not gonna go back.
no.
Oh, by the way, girls go into guys' bathrooms with you too at the same time, so that's probably that. You might like that.
Ooh, that's a little interesting. That makes a little twist.
But I told my wife about it. In the midst of it, she could give two shits. She was she was more worried about the bingo. She
She worried about
remembered this.
missing her number.
She remembered this morning, and she was like, "Oh my god, they were in there with me."
Okay.
It's a different experience though. But
Would
like
it
I
be
said
different with a
before,
whole bunch of group of guys?
I want to try the ratchet bingo.
Oh yeah, what's the ratchet big?
You
Please
ain't
let me
seen
know.
you ever seen the ratchet one, ratchet bingo on TikTok or whatever?
No.
Oh yeah, those ones they be going in. It's a different type of music, different crowd. Let's put it that way.
Well, I
It's,
figured.
it's a different crowd. So I decided I'm just gonna have a bougie bingo.
Mm. I don't know. I don't know if Portland's ready for a ratchet one.
I didn't say I had to go. I didn't say I had to be in Portland.
Okay, my bad.
Well, like you ain't going nowhere.
You got too many trips planned.
I ain't got no trips. No trips nowhere. Who have been here?
So what we're going on for the show today?
So real quick, we're gonna get into talking about what's going on with basketball. We got the Final Fours going on their way here with the girls and the boys. The boys are officially at their Final Four. We got all
Yeah,
number ones for the second time since 2008. How
yeah,
do you
it's been a
feel about
while.
that?
I mean, I think it was told at the beginning of the tournament that it was going to be all ones. There's a big separation, and you know, like you saw it against Houston versus Tennessee today. Oof.
I actually thought Michigan State. I had Michigan State going. Well, you already know I had St. John's going and winning, but I had Michigan State beating Auburn actually today. But yeah, I wasn't trying to see. Well, now that I heard that it's the second time it's ever happened, now it's more like, oh dang. Usually you're thinking like it's gonna happen all the time, or at least happen more
Hmm.
than once. So actually, that's actually a
Hmm.
good thing that this is the second time this is happening. So positive on
Well, I
that.
mean, Florida almost lost though. I mean, it was close until the end.
Who do you have? Who do you got going to the to the championship game, and who do you have eventually winning it out of these final four?
Houston versus Florida, and I got my guy Calvin Sampson, Houston.
You got Houston winning it. Oh
Yeah.
man, they did put some D down on Tennessee today. That. I mean, that was almost like that Clemson game. I was thinking at first that when they only scored 13 points in that first half, I was
That
like,
was
oh
crazy.
no, you cannot go with 12 points. But
Yeah, can't. I mean, Tennessee put on like 15 at this half.
I got Florida, Duke, and I got
Florida, Duke.
and just because I don't like Duke and I know Mo does, so I got Florida. I got Florida winning it.
Wait, is it Duke? Who's Duke playing Houston or playing Florida right now?
Florida plays Auburn.
Okay.
It's a rematch, SEC,
Okay.
where the Florida blew
Yeah, I
them
get
out.
it.
Broom got hurt right
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the game. He tried to come back in, he couldn't do nothing with that right arm.
I saw that.
I think that's going to be an issue.
Yeah, but I mean, Duke was looking good. It was close, and then until 15 minutes left in the second half, Duke just came alive again.
What's that dude's name? Is it Mark Zerbiak? Zerbiak, yeah.
Yeah,
The
from Wally's are the back.
Wally, that's who it is.
Yeah.
He said that this might be the best Duke team or best team Duke team or Duke or team period in the tournament ever.
Mm,
He threw the word ever in there.
that's tough. I mean, they got three number one picks. I mean, three not first round picks.
You can't say ever. Even my UConn squad for 2 years in a row was beating everybody in the tournament by 20 some points. Like they almost lost to Arizona. So you can't say ever.
Ever. I mean, that was the first close game.
UNLV, the running Rebels,
Oh, we're gonna take it back. Huh?
the original Duke teams, like even with Leitner, even though I
Yeah,
don't
I
like
guess
Duke.
so. I mean, I guess I gotta throw my UNC squads in there when they won.
Yeah, so you can't say ever on this team. I mean, it's a really good team. They still haven't won it yet. You gotta
True. I
wait till
mean,
they
maybe a
win it.
modern. It reminds me. I'll be honest with you, like a UConn team from 2 years ago. They just smashed everyone.
Well, I don't see Duke winning. Well, I hope they don't win. That's up there. But good luck to the teams in the Final Four. We got the girls. We got two more games, but we had two winners going to the Final Four today, with South Carolina and UCLA.
Yes, that kind
Uh,
of looked like they were gonna lose. Maybe.
UCLA?
No,
Or
South
oh
Carolina.
yeah, South Carolina. Yeah, that game
Yeah, they were down
got a
at
little
half.
closer than I thought it was going to be. Um,
Yeah, and then
but they
UCLA just doing their thing.
UCLA, I had them losing to LSU actually. That was my one. That was my
Ah.
one miss in the Final Four. Well, I got Paige Buckets going to the Final Four and winning it. So I don't even
Oh, I
care about
agree.
the other games.
She just dropped 40 the other night.
Oh yeah, she on a mission. She on a mission. She ain't got one. It's 4 years there and she ain't got one. She's trying to get this one. So she's trying to get
Well,
one and go out.
it is sad to see Juju out though.
Yeah, I mean, it would be good to see them go head to head, but that's what happens.
Nah, I give it a
Accidents,
Paige.
injuries, health.
She's out. She's doing it.
So I gotta have Paige go off tomorrow. Go ahead and get me into that Final Four. Go ahead and win it. I got them against South Carolina
Ooh, okay. With UConn winning it, huh?
with UConn winning it. Yep.
Not bad, not bad. What? So let me ask you this question: people are complaining about South Carolina having too many good players. What do you think about that?
Having too many good players.
Yeah, they said they got like 7 or 8 American on McDonald's.
Well, if they choose to go and play that role, then that's great because that means that means the kids that are coming off the bench should be starters in other teams. So you're always gonna have a good team out there. And hence is why they're where they're at. So you can't
Yeah,
complain. You can't complain if the kids buy into it. Like that's what
hey,
I like about a lot of the girl sports. They don't have bigger egos as these guys, so they ain't gonna buy them. Not most, because I say Houston is a team like that, where a lot of those guys bought into it because they couldn't score for nothing last year. Now you got some offense and you got the defense still. Um,
hmm
but yeah, no, I mean if they buy into it and that's what they want to do, I mean I'd take that. Man, give me 10 All Americans. You can't do that. You can't get away with four almost in most days on a basketball team with a lot of
Yeah,
egos.
no, that's true. That's true. I mean, I'm all about recruiting. If you can recruit all of them,
Yeah,
so
that's what
be
I
it.
mean. Like you're the best recruiter ever if you can get 10 of them to stay at the school and be like, yeah, we want to play here. I don't care if I'm coming off the bench, even though I was a starter averaging 25 a game.
Yeah,
Like, what's her name? That's who you're talking about? Is it Mukawali or something like that? Who came off the
the one
bench
from
and
the.
scored 23 points or something?
Mhm.
Yeah. Like, hey, it ain't about who starts, it's about who finishes.
I tell the people all the time that.
Like you see, you get that dude that starts, you go in and get that tip ball, first dead ball, you subbed out. Like, is that as good as playing the last 4 minutes of the game in a really close game?
Yeah, it depends on who the coach trusts.
So I mean, it just kind of comes down to what these kids. And now we got the transport portal opened up in the middle of the tournament. So
Yeah, that's crazy.
you got coaches, and you got kids moving all over the place. Kids leaving in the middle of the tournament while your team is still
Mhm.
in the tournament.
No,
Like
I see. I mean, it's up to 1,300 kids.
you play to get to the tournament. You're in the tournament. So what are you going to go to another school to do? Quit on them when you get to the tournament?
If you pay me enough.
Man, like that. Like
Oh, I agree with you.
I mean, at some point they're going to have to start signing contracts like the NBA. Like if the NBA, you could just go and leave when you wanted to leave. Dudes be going all the time. The Wizards would
Well,
never
there's
have
a
a.
movement now.
The Wizards would never have a team.
Yeah, there's a movement in the NCAA right now that players have to sign a contract and they got it's almost like a buyout. So if you leave early or anything like that, you have to give someone the money back.
Oh, so that's what they're doing with the agents. And by the way,
Yes.
how do you become an agent just randomly for high school and college?
You don't have to. There's no requirement. Just access the kids.
Thank you. I just wanted to know. I just wanted to see if there was any kind of schooling you had to have, or if you had to get a license.
No, so it used to be that way, but then LeBron's agent was the one who fought it and a whole bunch of stuff. And then because you had to technically you had to have a law degree. And then now they say you don't even have to really have to a degree. You just got to take these courses.
Huh. Almost like a real estate school or something.
Yeah. So you're gonna see a whole bunch of real estate just like agents.
Okay. Shout out to real estate
Oh, you
companies.
got
I got an event up
you got
there.
some. Ooh, okay. I see.
Make sure those tips be flowing. That'd be great, man. So on to the NBA. Had a little ruckus going on. Seven people ejected in the Timberwolves Pistons game. It's going all over the internet, and just scrolling around, it popped up a few times. But like I was telling you before this, it's always got to involve the Pistons. Seems like they
Is
always are in every little scuffle. Although I just almost saw one in this game here in Houston where they just ejected Brooks, but and he's
Isaiah
always
Stewart, man. Yeah, Deb Brook loves some confrontation.
Here's the thing. I think he's like Draymond. They're like the same people. Like he didn't even do anything in this. He literally did nothing. Somebody else started it and he got ejected. And then you see in the scuffle with the Detroit one, Reed just came up to him and was talking to what's his name, and then DiVincenzo just like ran up on dude. And then you see him, then DiVincenzo is on the bottom in the third row. I don't even know why. I don't even know why he tried to step up to him. But just like anything, negativity and fights bring more eyes, more views. So more people had to check and see what happened. Oh, what? And it was probably a nothing game. Actually,
Yeah.
Minnesota is still trying to. Minnesota's at the I believe the 9.
I don't know. I think Detroit might be in there too, right?
No,
They've got some
Detroit's the
games.
4. Detroit's doing good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got it. Their coach might be getting coach of the year.
But here's the thing: it was against Minnesota, right?
Yeah, Minnesota
It's
needs a
crazy. I
coach.
mean, they just fired their coach.
Minnesota did.
No, Grizzlies did.
That
My
was the
bad.
Grizzlies.
Apologies.
Yeah, they just
Yeah.
fired their coach. Jenkins. What about that?
That's crazy. I was just talking. Remember we were talking about
And you were the 4 seed
winning
before you
means
just lost
nothing.
to the Lakers, and now y'all switch spots.
Yeah, I mean, winning means nothing, my man.
And then the owner just came out today, I believe, and he said that that he had no talkings with any of the players on this decision on firing him.
I call BS on that.
Well, here's what I don't understand. This is kind of similar to these kids leaving when you're literally you're in the tournament. Your team is in the playoffs, and you're gonna fire your coach, and your team is in the playoffs. Not like you're in the play-in game. You're in the playoffs. You're at the time a 4th seed. Even if your team is still going through all the crap that they're going through, you're still a 4th seed. Like, just think of that, owner.
Hey, I think
Like these dudes.
I think it's too much player empowerment.
Let me just get hired and fired, please, so y'all can just pay me millions of dollars to sit at home, or go work with somebody else.
There's a lot of coaches out there right now
Just
doing
hire
that.
me for one day, and you can fire me. I'll sign. I don't even sign for the millions. I'll just sign for the hundreds, thousands. Like I don't even need the millions. Like, come on.
Unemployment check.
Jeez, there's so many coaches making money from other places. Like with the coach swaps,
You see a lot in college.
with these college coach swaps. Like, how does that work? Like, y'all just be saying like, well, listen, man, we gonna just keep this money, give it to him. You gonna go ahead and give, and then the next dude just went right. Like, they already had dudes in line. Like nobody who did an interview.
They don't at the high level. You don't. You're just saying, I want this guy. There's how much money. They actually have most of those high level D1 coaches have agents.
How many well, actually, let me put it like this: how many D1 schools have black coaches?
Are we taking away HBC schools? I don't know. That's not as many probably you would want, but
so we have 300 and something, right? D1 schools. Out of 300 and some D1 schools, there are probably less than 10% black coaches.
Potential.
And then it even gets less at high school level.
Way less.
Which is weird.
I mean, that's a bigger topic.
That's a great topic. I almost started my own union based on that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I did
I
because
don't know how Oregon would handle that. Which,
actually I talked to a couple. I had talked to like I was really really real. I was about it. I was calling who I called, and I called several different people to talk about it because I was wondering like, man, this don't make no sense. There are no black coaches, head coaches jobs available, and then you know, I think it was right after said school, and I was like, nah, you know, they are not doing the process the right way, and so
oh
that's
yeah,
how I went about it and asked some people. They're like, yep,
no,
man, we've been
Oregon's
talking about this
definitely
for the
different in that
longest.
world.
But just like that's what I mean. Like, I don't understand that. That makes no sense. If well, before you know, you had to be a teacher or something at the school to get
Hmm.
the job. Then it wasn't that. Then it was you had to have this amount of years coaching at this position to get the job. Then it's always another excuse for another excuse for another excuse. I'm just saying. But I appreciate the openings for the ones of my guys that got the jobs out there.
Yeah, you definitely see an uptick here, at least in this area, but not as much. You need.
I'm just saying, like not even just black coaches, but just coaches of diversity. Period.
Correct.
Um, you just don't see that much of that happening, especially out in this area. Should be some increases on that. What else we got? Oh, your your friends in the news today. Your president.
Oh yeah, what do you do this time?
Um, he is trying to change Black history. Speaking of Black people,
Oh yeah, what's he doing?
he's, he he wants to go to. He said that the Smithsonian has lied, and they need to change some of the stuff, verbiages, and things that they have said. Or he will not be funding them. He'll be
Oof,
defunding.
he's thinking that everyone's funding.
He'll be which they receive 60% from the federal government, which
Oh
covers
yeah.
several different museums and things of that nature.
Does it does it
Oh,
deal with all the DEI stuff or what?
I have no idea. And whatever new whatever new statues or statues that were built that they don't like because they think it may represent something that they don't like, they're gonna take them back down. So on the money y'all spent to have these statues built, they're just having a little kid war and going back and forth like they're little kids in a little sandbox, and they're gonna knock each other's statues down because they don't like the fact that you built those ones. That's what we got going on.
I
And,
mean, he's just destroying things left and right, though.
and he tried to bully. He said, "Y'all better tell me what y'all doing over there, Iran, or I'm about to drop some bombs."
Yeah, he wants to start another war, I guess.
So that's what's crazy is going on in the news right now. This guy who
Well, he,
came in the White House swinging.
I mean, it's just 100 days, and he
Yeah,
let,
well,
and probably those 100 days,
that's
he's
what
at 90 days on TV.
that's what happens when the felon's in the house. See,
No, it's true. I mean, he every day is something with him.
Trump was like, "I'm about to get y'all." Watch.
Don't forget Elon, though.
Next thing you know, Mo's like, "Dang, our show got canceled." He said, "What happened?" I'll be like, "I don't know. He didn't like what I had to
He lost
say."
the DEI funding.
I s- I asked for some money on the show. He said no. I
That's
said, but I
funny.
called it Gulf of America. Give me some
Right,
kind of
you want to
show
get
here,
X now?
man. Oh man, guess what? Did you hear about Sean Kingston? I was gonna have the music queued up and everything. I wanted to play that.
What happened this time with him?
You never heard that? Him and his mom just got busted for fraud. They're going to jail for possibly up to 20 years.
What did they fraud this time?
Watches. Uh,
20 years for watches?
no. It was like up to $1 million worth of stuff over the last couple years.
Mm.
But it's like watches, it's like limo, like car dealerships. Like they said they come do a promo, and the car dealership was like, okay, y'all can have the cars and stuff. And he was like, yeah, he's supposed to come through do a promo, He was like, "Yeah, I'm coming through to do the promo with Justin Bieber." He just lied to him and never showed up and just kept the cars. But here's what I'm trying to think of common sense ways. Like, all right, you made all these records, had all this money. Y'all blew it to the point where you're frauding cars from people that still think you're like they're still like, okay, you can come over here and do a promo for us. They still think you're relevant to give you a car or two or three, and then you in your head says, I can get away with this. They're never gonna come after me to do this. And then not only just do it to them, you did it again to the people with the watch plays, and then again, I don't understand it.
I mean, if you get away with it once, when you stop you to do it twice?
Because they had just got busted for it in New York.
Oh, they don't raise a quitter.
So I'm trying to think, like, man, instead of trying to fraud people, why don't you come up with a new song? Like,
They need quicker money.
like, why don't you do that? And then he had to pay because he was supposed to come out with music and he do that, so he had to pay that back. I'm like, man.
But Sean Kingston was like relevant for like 3 years.
But he had like a whole album worth of songs.
Yeah, but I mean,
Hey, all it takes is one. All it takes is one song.
that's true. I learned that from Villain and Ice.
Yeah, he paid people back for it. He still got money. And they try to take all his.
Yeah, I mean that's crazy. I mean, quick money, man. You see a lot of celebrities or some people who like are doing that kind of stuff.
I don't know if it's quick money.
Oh, quick money.
I mean, because he didn't really get money. He just had items.
And what resold them?
No, he just I don't know what he was doing with it. Just sitting
Keeping
on
up
it.
with the Benjamins.
Shoot, I don't know what Benjamin is he keeping up with. Now he up in there in the
Not,
jail.
nothing anymore. I was gonna say nothing more.
Him and his mom. And he's like, can you guys just be lenient on my mom? Like, dang, she didn't tell you. No, we shouldn't be doing this. She was like, no, let's do this. Gotta watch out for your influences.
Yeah,
Just saying.
gotta be careful, man.
Just saying. Another crazy story. Actually, I'm gonna ask you, what crazy stories have you heard, or before, or that you got that you know that you? Actually, I have one off the top of my head that you did mention that I think you should tell people about.
Oh, the one that you and Big Mo didn't believe me?
No, because maybe these people can answer it. Because some people might know. I ain't never.
Man, so before I'd speak on it, if there's kids on there, you probably want to pull them away for like 5 minutes. Little disclaimer. So in the Mormon community, you know how like you're not supposed to have sex before you get married and all that. Well, I guess at like BYU, they have a thing called soaking.
Okay, wait. So we're talking about BYU and the students there, and BYU
Yeah,
is known as a Mormon school. Is that correct?
correct.
Okay. So you
And
said that
so
they said this thing called soaking.
yeah, soaking. It's crazy.
Okay.
So there's two ways it happens. So I guess you can, as a guy and a girl, I don't even know how to explain this, but a guy can stick it into her with no movement and just sit in it. And that's it. And it doesn't count as sex. The other one, which is even kind of crazier, is do the same thing, but you can have your friends shake the bed. And they still don't count as sex.
So okay, let me rewind here. All right. So this is what you heard that as a
Yeah,
Mormon
look it
student.
up. Fact check it.
that if they want to have sex prior to, because they can't before they get married, or otherwise they're not pure.
I guess so. You can say that.
Gotcha. Okay. And so instead of that, they do this thing called soaking, where they don't actually have sex. They just engage and have other people shake the bed or whatever whatever
Yeah.
they're on. So that
Basically, you can say that.
they're saying the movement the movement of it is what actually is the actual sex, not that them.
The insertion.
Yeah, I thought that was the whole part, like that. I thought that was the whole part of the sex.
I mean, I guess that's for your audience to decide.
That's interesting. Hey, if any of you guys know any Mormon people that have thought of this or has said this to be true, I would definitely like to hear that conversation.
No, I agree, my man. It was one of those things that was baffling me.
Man, that's an interesting story. I Now I need to go to college campuses just to talk to kids and see what y'all be doing. No, we just be
You can go
soaking.
viral. You never know.
We just be soaking. That reminds me of that old song, "A Stroke into the East." I'll be soaking. Oh man, now watch somebody else doing that. I'll be soaking. No way. What other crazy, man?
Yeah.
You be getting all the stuff. What other stuff you hear?
Man, I don't hear crazy stuff, man. You know me, man. I'm just
Just
guy who
pass
keeps to
over there.
myself. Yeah, my bad. No crazy stories on the line, man. I usually
Good
keep
stuff.
Vegas very calm. You know.
Vegas. That's still every time I think about it.
Man.
I
Oh,
got
I got a
another.
crazy one, man.
Oh, you do go for it.
Here's man. I I went to Barcelona. Okay. I
Hey,
went
wait,
with a
wait, wait,
couple
wait.
friends.
Barcelona, is that where they do the running of the bulls?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, after you finish your story, I got a question.
And then we went out late night, boom, boom, boom. Got out of the club around 4 a.m. And then, we're walking outside. This lady goes, "You want to, go to a strip club?"
Wait,
I was
Spain has strip
like,
clubs?
well, we about to find out real quick. So, all right, cool. And then she gave us a menu and look at all these ladies.
That's not a strip
And
club.
she's like, yeah, well, that's what we found out. And then, and so she goes, "Oh, I'll get you a cab." So we got us in a cab. Boom. Got to the strip club. Got on got went inside. Boom, like a normal establishment. And we looked around and we saw there's a whole bunch of girls, but no other dudes. And then we're like, "What's going on here?" Oh, let me order something. So we order.
Like a
And of
drink?
course, girls came out. Yeah.
Oh,
And then girls came out, started talking to us, flirting with you, And then we started looking around like, where are these? There's no pools. And then I was like, dang. And I was like, oh no. And then this lady was like, "You want to go to the back room?" I was like, "Nah, man, I'm good. I'm right here." And then she was like, "Okay." And then she like dropped down a thing of Coke on the table.
what?
Yeah. Listen, bro.
Wait,
And then
wait
this
a
girl's
minute.
like,
Go ahead.
"What?"
No, go ahead.
And then she was like, "You want to go do some line with me?" I was like, "Oh hell no, I'm not doing some line with you." And then she started flipping out on me. Yeah, and then she like kind of arguing with me in Spanish and stuff. I was like, "No, I'm not about that." And then of- one of my homies obviously disappeared in the back room with a couple of them.
I was like, this is the best strip club ever.
And then I turned around and asked the lady, I was like, "What's the spot?" And I found out it was a brothel. Yeah, man,
Yep.
straight brothel. We stayed there
That's why I was
6
like, there's a
a.m.
strip club in Spain? Wow.
And then they kicked us out. They kicked two of my homies out, me and someone else.
That's because
And
y'all
they
were
made
mean.
us leave. Exactly. They kept the third one there.
Oh, they left them
And
there.
we had to. They wouldn't let us stay.
Dang.
Yeah, they wouldn't let us stay inside. And then I'd be crazy with you, man. We went back to the apartment. We forgot we had the keys and we locked them out on accident.
Damn.
Yeah, so he slept outside the door.
He didn't knock. What?
Well, we were out.
Oh man,
We
interesting.
were out.
Well,
Yeah, but it was a very interesting thing to end up in a brothel.
for any of you ever in Spain, don't ever go to the strip club
Yeah, definitely not.
unless you check the menu. Dang, they
So
just be
what's up with the bull running? You want to do the bull running?
no. I do not want to do that. I'm just asking why do they do that? That was going to be my question. Like why?
Is it, is it an event?
To get to trample people and almost get killed by the
You want to get
bull.
trampled? You can run.
That's one of the things that
I mean,
doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense.
I agree with you.
I'm surprised
I
PETA
agree
has
with you.
not been over there protecting the bulls. Like I'm like, why are you doing this? That
Man.
makes no sense. That's like me today. I was watching. I totally forgot about it. Forgot the name of it. Uh, some kind of sports show. Like they have like the stupid people doing stupid stuff. I don't even know why I was watching it, but
Mhm.
it was just on. And then I was sitting there thinking to myself, like, why are these people doing this? Like this dude jumped with a four wheeler trying to jump 200 feet. He missed it. He landed 190. Stood up and then
Mm.
he crashed and everything. Stood back up and they're talking to him afterwards. He's like, "Yeah, man, just happy I made it." No, why even do it? What was the point? Like, why? What is the point? Like some of these sports that this dude jumped. He was doing all base jumping. He jumped off a building,
Mhm.
parachute. He was steering the wrong way, hit a pole, flipped up and crashed out. Why? Why are you doing that?
That-
It ain't meant
That's
for
not
you
for
to.
me, my
It ain't
man.
meant for you to base jump in the middle of the city. Actually, it ain't meant for you to base jump. I don't know why
Well,
people do that. So it's all about the adventure and the thrill. I don't have
yeah, but
eight.
there's a point to a thrill.
I don't
I'm
have eight,
good.
nine. I don't have 8 attempts at life. I'm good. I'm great. I don't need to do a sport. I don't need to put myself in more jeopardy. It's like final. They like be doing Final Destination on themselves every day.
Yeah, I watched that movie, and that's why I don't do half the stuff I do.
Nah. I had another crazy thing that happened. I ate it. No, I just found out that I'm allergic to cinnamon rolls.
Are you allergic to cinnamon or what?
Actually, I haven't figured that out. I don't know if it's the cinnamon, the, what she say? What she say? Cream cheese
The frosting?
or what? I don't know what it is,
Yeah.
but nope.
Or is it just a bad cook?
No, it was just I. Okay, so far, so I ate a cinnamon roll, and then I went up when I went to bed. I laid down. I was like, oh shit, and I thought I was getting bit by stuff. And my wife was like, "What's wrong with you?" I was like, "I'm getting bit." She's like, "There's nothing in your bed biting you." I'm like, "There is something biting me," and she's like, "No, there isn't." I was like, "There's something," and then all of a sudden I had all these bumps. I was like, "Oh man, what am I allergic to? What did I eat?" So I didn't. I was assuming it was probably the cinnamon roll, but I was hoping it wasn't. So I took some
Mm.
Benadryl, shit, went to bed, woke up. I was like, the next day I was like, I'm gonna try it and see if it's that. Yeah, it sure was. My body was like, but luckily it wasn't like Will Smith. Like I didn't get like all crazy. Where you had to go get the
Oh,
shot or
like a
something.
hitch?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get like that.
Selfish.
Bumps all over the way, all over the place. I was like, can't do this. So now I can't eat cinnamon. I'm not gonna even try it. She's like, well, what if it's not cinnamon? Could be.
Damn, that sucks. I wouldn't like that one.
That's all right. As long as it's not chocolate chips, I'm good.
Are you allergic to chocolate chip?
No, I said as long as it's not. If I was allergic to chocolate chips, I'd have a big problem. I actually would actually be skinny if I was allergic to chocolate chips. As
Is
much
that
as
your
I eat
guilty
cookies
pleasure at
every day.
nighttime, my man?
Huh?
Is that guilty pleasure at night?
Oh yeah, I eat my chocolate chip cookies. They gotta be the. I eat the big ones now all the time. I used to have like Chips Ahoy. You can ask. I used to
Regular or
have.
chewy?
Huh?
Regular or chewy?
Regular. I do the chewy ones sometimes, and I would heat them up in the microwave.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I could own stock in chocolate chip cookies. I eat them in abundance. Of all, like, yeah, too much. Too much of these. Oh dang.
Yeah, you saw it.
You, so I was reading. I just popped up on my thing. I was reading on the thing here. One of these rappers said that he will buy a girl a $15,000 purse, but he will not pay her rent.
That's for
What
what? That doesn't make sense.
what is going on with these dudes these days?
What, paying for other females or what?
Like they pay for everything. Like they paying for purse. First of all, I ain't paying. Why are you paying $15,000 for a purse? Why? That doesn't make any sense. That's the dumbest thing ever. 15,000 for a purse. Like where are you going that you need a purse for 15,000? That purse better fly. It better drive. It better do a lot more than just sit on your arm. Like you got to do more than that for 15 grand. Like I'm
Well,
just
I
trying to
agree
make
with you,
sense.
but
I'm trying to make sense of this. Like why? Like just because you have the money don't mean you gotta waste it like that. And why girls gotta be asking for stupid shit like that? I'm cussing out here now. Like that doesn't make any
oh
sense.
shit, you better get you better get the female listeners mad.
No, but just think about it though. Make it make sense. Like if you live where you live at, but yet you want a $15,000 purse to go where? To the club?
Status.
What status? You got a purse. You
Still
still
broke?
yeah, you still broke. Now you're gonna be selling the purse. Now you're gonna be slanging the purse out so you can get, hey girl, you can borrow my purse for the weekend. That's 500. Like what? Like what are you gonna do? Like I'm trying to figure it out. And then these dudes, then they be making their own girls now. Like, oh, I like your attitude, but nah, girl, you know what? I'm gonna have to make you get this BBL.
Those are getting out of hand.
No, they're getting way, literally out of hand. Like they're getting way out of
Yeah.
hand. Somebody
And
should
some
be.
of them are really bad
It
jobs.
is. It is an epidemic. Like it is literally an
I think
epidemic out here. Like what
I
happened
think
to
it
working
changed because
hard?
it used to be breasts.
Well, yeah, it used to be that, but then they realized, nah, baby got back, and so they like, oh, okay, let me get this.
Hmm. Some of them look like they got diapers. I'll be honest with you. Like, go get your money back.
That was my thing. I was like, what do you like when you're sitting in there? Like the doctor's like, I want it to look like this basketball here, or do you want it to look like this grapefruit? Like, what is your circumferencing? What are you looking at when you're picking at your ass? I gotta, I got,
Go get some.
I gotta ask.
We-
Somebody, I'm gonna ask somebody.
We're about to hit
I'm
the
gonna ask
streets on that
somebody's
one.
dude. I ain't gonna ask her. I'm gonna ask somebody's dude. I was like, did you go in? Did you go in when you picked this out? What were the questions that were asked? Is there somebody else's ass that they hold up there that you're like, you know how you get a hairstyle? You're like, I want that right there.
It's a menu.
back, back to your menu.
Hmm.
Everything's
They
on the
come in
menu,
handy,
man.
bro. Mm.
I was just trying to figure that out, man. Yeah, this has gotten way out of hand. Everything paid. Everything. Just nothing. Nothing. No, I'm not gonna say nothing's all natural, but majority of the natural is gone. Oh, this question came to me earlier from my wife. How do you feel about, well, girls girls wearing makeup in sports?
I go back and forth. It's funny. I don't get it, but obviously their appearance means something. It's like a girl showing up to the gym, all makeup out. Like, what are we doing here?
I agree.
You know,
She said the same thing. Like, why does she have full makeup on? But I said Well, this particular person probably is. This is probably what she's selling. Like, she's making money outside of the basketball court, and this is how she's her look and her appearance. So she's
I mean,
always in the mood of selling, or you never know when you're going to be on camera type deal. But
that's
you're
true.
seeing
I
it.
mean,
You're
they
seeing
do.
it. You're seeing it a lot more. Is what I'm saying. First of all, I don't even know how they play. Some of them with the long fingernails that they have.
That's what's crazy to me.
Like they get. I'm like, how are you playing ball with nails like that? And why would you? Like, what if you just broke them? Like, what's the? I understand. Like I said, it's different now, especially when you're trying to sell yourself to get that NIL. And you got like lucrative, different money things off the side. Like I understand that, but I'm just trying to figure out like how. Like how can you do that?
No, I mean, I get it. I mean, but maybe it's the old saying of look good, feel
Feel good.
good, play good.
I mean, yeah, but also I guess you can get with some kind of good, deal with some makeup company that hey, my stuff doesn't run because I played a whole 40 minutes. Like, I guess you got some kind of selling tactic on that. Like, no
Everyone's a
matter what you
brand,
do,
right?
yeah, no matter what the sweat is, your makeup never runs. And
Yeah.
if that hasn't happened, I just got somebody a deal maybe out there. If y'all made that, shoot me my 100,000s.
Hey, people are making some crazy money these days on everything.
And take the fake eyelashes off. I think it's too much. Yeah, yeah. A lot of those. But
I'm just not about the fingernails. It'll be like 5 inches long. I'm like, what are
yeah,
we gonna do with that?
I just don't know. But once again, the, I just can't see. I just don't understand how they would be able to do that. Like you would see the coach would be like, "How are you able to play? Like, can't you wait till after season?" But then I
Nah,
guess if you're
coach, we
always
got other
playing,
things.
you're
We got a
always in
life.
season. You're always in season. Yeah, man, that's interesting.
What hey man, so I know you usually have new things up on your wall and stuff like that. What we got going today?
Fuck. Well, I ain't got really nothing new up there. I
Nothing?
no, I just in a transformation of changing my podcast situation around. So I actually have a new desk and a new chair I'm in. So this is actually new, right?
Oh, the chairs.
Thank you to all the subscribers.
Okay,
Add me
donations
some.
calling in.
I wish that was the case. But nah, that's it. I got my hat here actually, and I got my
Okay, a little creativity.
yeah. I actually got that made here at the Washington County Fair. That was pretty cool. They did that real quick.
Okay, nice. Okay.
Oh yeah, they're still talking about it's too much makeup, too much eyelashes, too much stuff. Never too much.
Don't know that tell female.
And by the way, ladies, if you're ever listening to this, these are just comments. You don't have to agree with them. And majority of you,
Hey, we need some. You need some. Female callers to come on.
I don't even got callers on here. We ain't got no phone number. They're in the chat over here though.
Oh,
That's what they were talking about, the eyelashes
yeah,
and stuff. That's why I was like, whoa,
gotcha.
that's crazy you brought that up. Because I wasn't even thinking that. So we were in Vegas, by the way. We went and saw Rick Ross and E40.
The boss.
The older rappers. This is the year of the renewal. 2025 was the year of the renewal of the old rappers. Snoop Dogg came back out with a CD. The legend LL Cool J came back out with a CD. Ice
Yep.
Cube, all these old guys are coming out with CDs back again. How do you feel about
Your
that?
your gu- your guy Will Smith just came out with a new song.
Yeah, Will Smith too. That was about to tell you. Yeah, he just came out.
I think they see a lot of money out there and they just want some of it.
Oh, because the game wasn't like it was when they were in.
Correct. There's not as much money and stuff, and that's easy. But and maybe they want to see show these youngsters like this is the real hip hop.
haven't heard Will Smith's yet, but I did hear Snoop's new album is good. I will give him that. That is a good album. I'm glad he went from Snoop Lion back to real Snoop Dogg. But shout out to Snoop Lion for my reggae thun men. Uh,
That lasted like 6 months.
let's see. I did listen to Ice Cube. Ice Cube had a couple good songs in that.
Hmm.
Um, I haven't.
Well, I mean, you're seeing all these old artists just going to go on tour again, right? Like you're seeing them trying to get that money and
Well,
stuff like
Rick Ross
that.
needs to not go on tour. He needs to go back and sit at his house and recover.
Don't hate on Rick Ross, the boss. Here's the
That was
crazy
crazy.
part. I had one of my former players trying to argue that Rick Ross is better than Tupac.
Better than Tupac?
Yeah,
Why? Because he lived longer? What?
that's what I was wondering. I was like, bro, Tupac lived a shorter life and did more.
Like that? I'm just. Is that his outcome of it?
No, he just said the music is better.
Yeah. Rick Ross got some cuts.
Yeah,
You
but
got
not
you
on
got
Tupac,
a
bro.
few. But I wouldn't have been able to hear him because he ran out of breath.
Yeah,
And
big
he,
boy, man.
and he lost the weight, so that's why I don't understand. He just didn't sing no songs. Well, like he was just wasted. Okay, man. Well, at least lip sing the song.
I don't know. It was a better performance than E40.
Why y'all keep doing to my boy like that? That was
Hey,
jamming
I love
E40.
E40, but he only did 2, 3 songs. He said, "I'm out."
That's because it was supposed to be 5 other dudes up there that never showed up. It was supposed to be him, DJ Quick, Too Short. It was supposed to be like 5 other people.
Must have been a Sean Kingston deal, huh?
Hey, at least he showed up though.
Yeah,
At,
bro.
at
No, man,
least
that's a
at least
lot.
he did his 3 songs and went hard with them. Rick Ross did 1 1/4, and then all I kept was
Yeah,
hearing was the hype dude. Ross was in the background. Yeah, this that dude the whole time. Nobody else.
man. Rick Ross was trying to plug the young homie on.
Oh well, that was the young homie was doing all the work.
Hey,
Good job, Rick
I guess it
Ross.
happens, but
Well, I can't. Now
well,
I
would
can
you want
say
to
I
go
saw
see
Rick
Tyga?
Ross in concert. That's the last time I see him. Shoot, that's probably the last. That's the last time I go back to back to Dre's. By the way,
That was the first time we've done that in a very long time.
that's the first time I've done back to back Dre's.
It was the first time I think I went to like that in the club, back.
Yeah,
Well, I hope they would get it for free, but you know.
well, did get it for free, but nah, no more. All right, well, not necessarily because my drinking tab paid. It was might as well been a ticket. Good gosh, insane. Dang, the Rockets are blowing the Suns out, 132-93.
Sad day. The Rockets are doing good, man. They're like number 2.
Yeah, they are. But I'm trying to see how you
Shout
have
out.
3 All-Stars and all that and be this horrible.
Because they don't mess with each other like that.
Shoot, I don't know why Durant said don't trade me. I would have been like, let me go.
I think he wants to now.
I don't care if it is back to Golden State.
No, he didn't want that. He didn't want that narrative again. KD's my guy, but
Well, you
he don't
got
want that.
you got LA sitting in the 4th spot. You got Grizzlies in the 5th. You got Golden State Warriors in the 6th spot right now. Half a game up from doing a play-in. They got 8 games left. Who you got? Who you got in the top 8? East and West.
Top 8 of what? East and West?
Yeah.
I would say those 6 that you said, and then who else in the West? Yeah, you put who you got? I don't got the Blazers. I'll tell you that.
Well, the Blazers. Hey, speaking of Blazers, they're out of that
Nah,
10th spot. With Phoenix losing right now, they're only behind Phoenix by 2.
man, don't not give the Blazers like that.
Huh?
Don't get the Blazers like that, bro.
Hey, that's just how bad. That's just how bad the Suns are.
I'll tell you this though, if San Antonio didn't got hurt, they would have been doing some damage.
Okay, so you got right now in those
I
six
think
first six.
Minnesota could do some things.
So you got Minnesota, Clippers, Dallas, Sacramento.
Clippers.
You got Clippers in Minnesota.
They're gonna, yeah, they'll be sneaky. Dallas, I mean, AD can't do nothing.
Phoenix had an
And Sack got
opportunity.
nobody.
They had an opportunity tonight to catch Sacramento,
Yeah,
but
well, that ain't happening.
they lost that one. So Portland's sitting out of 10th spot by 4 games.
And the East is just weak.
The East is always weak. It's usually just the top six, and then after that is everybody's got losing records, and you still make the playoffs. Which that's at the point where I think they need to just go to seeding, just like boom, 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 and play 16.
Oh, you're in favor of no East and West, huh?
No, because then you're getting a sorry first round games with these losing teams.
Yeah.
I mean, teams with losing records. It's almost like a 1 versus 16 game majority of the times. That's why people really
Mm.
don't. They watch the first week, but they hoping that their team can win. But usually they're like, nah, we're just happy to get here, like that coach said. We're just happy to play here at this place against this team. And then he was gone on to the next team. On to the next. On to the next. Send me a check. Send me a check.
Yeah, my man. So I'm gonna have to wrap up. What do you got for me last report?
Oh man, I don't know. I got what 15 more minutes on here. I'll just chit chat about.
Yeah, I'm gonna make you go solo.
I got it. Hey man, I appreciate you coming through and taking the time out of your dinner so you can go ahead and eat. Yep.
For sure. Hey, I need to be back on again though
It's a late night snack,
with
definitely,
Mo.
but we'll have you on with Big Mo to get back in time. Appreciate you.
Appreciate it. We'll see.
Whew. Yeah. Final 10. I don't know if I'm in the last 10 minutes on here. I'll figure it out though. But we had some crazy stuff to talk about, some stories, different things going on from NBA, college girls, boys. Definitely with this Final Four coming down the stretch here, a lot of stuff happening. We got 2 more games, like we said, tomorrow with the girls' side with USC versus UConn, and then we have TCU. I think who's TCU player? I forget who they play. But I got TCU winning, so I got TCU versus and UConn winning tomorrow. Hopefully that pans out. Then we'll have that Final Four set for the girls, Final Four set for the guys. What else happened? We have football started, spring football, UFL. Didn't even bring that up, but it started this weekend. Um, Not sure if anybody really follows UFL teams, but that is actually a growing deal. It's more like a little the farm leagues for the NFL, which is a cool deal. A lot of these guys get the opportunity to play on a stage and maybe get a move or get a look from a NFL team to get able to play on the real Sundays. I guess that's what they say. Um, so there were some good games of that on. I don't know if they're really good, but it's some blowouts. But it's football, so if you like to watch football, football is on. The UFL is in full effect. Um, I think I had the favorite team last year. I think I picked like the Brahmas or something like that. But it was just a team to follow. Wasn't like my team. I don't need to get no gear or anything like that. Um, Not that serious in the UFL yet. Probably by year five. Year five. Mo probably Big Mo probably has a team. Probably out of Atlanta. Probably their farm team. That's his team. They're probably like the. I have no idea. I was gonna make up a name, but I have no idea what they are or what they could be. But what are we at? 15 more minutes on the clock. No, what they say? Not a lot going on in the chat. Nope. I had a lot more stuff. He wasn't supposed to have his dinner. He was supposed to have it tomorrow, but he ended up having it today. So I do appreciate him still sticking through it and coming through and talking. Um, but that story he brought up was the craziest story, so I told him he had to get on here and talk about it and tell it because I've never heard that before. So if anybody has ever heard that or know anybody that's talked about it, please let me know. I don't have a message or get into the show. That'd be funny to talk about. I really want to know that stuff. I was gonna say it's kind of like kids. Yeah, I was gonna say that we're dry humping. That's probably what they were doing. That's what it is. Oh man, soaking. Uh, I had wrote a song to it. Soaking to the east, be soaking to the west. And it makes sense because they shaking the bed. Wow, I could just do a parody of that right there. A mini commercial. That'd be, yeah. What? Oh, I got another question. Anybody can answer this one if they're listening. Why do different areas have different accents? Like, how come you can go to East Coast, you have an East Coast accent or something. You go down south, you get a Southern accent with a drawl or something. And you go over to Minnesota, Wisconsin, but then you come out here to the West Coast and the whole West, like Arizona, Colorado, Nevada, Idaho, Oregon, Washington, California. Everybody sounds the same. Can someone please answer that? That's one of my questions. What are you talking about over here? What the heck? My word of choice last night. I said cockhold. I said that last night. I don't remember saying that last night. What was I referencing? What the heck? What was I referencing on that? And you can still answer my accent thing because I still would like to know how come that's the case. And if you move away from there and you lose it and then you go back to visit, you get it back, and then you come back from where you're at and you have it for a little bit before you lose it again. Why does that happen too? Just wondering. My word of choice. That's an interesting word of choice that I used. Don't remember using it. Let's see here. Yes. What? Yes, bingo logo crowd. I said what the heck? I don't know. No clue. But I guess I used that word at some point last night, which would make no sense at bingo logo. Huh. Oh well. We talked about a lot of different things in this show today. Got talked about a lot of different things, a good wide range of stuff. So that's pretty cool. Interesting week of stuff. I do appreciate you guys listening in to me today, along with our special guest HD. Like I said, Big Mo will be back with me on next Sunday. We are back again 7:15 to 8:30. So yeah, that's gonna be that's. I don't know what we're gonna talk about next week. Maybe he's got some good stories about his cruise through the Gulf of America. That's so crazy. And this dude is trying to take he's just trying to take over countries and just rename them. He's just trying to rename everything. Like I'm just trying to figure out how all this is gonna work. I was explaining what it meant. Wow. But why did it come up? Somebody said it? Or I said it in the crowd. Interesting. Um yeah, I don't know why I was giving out the definition of that word. Fun times. But yeah, check out Bingo Logo. You gotta at least try it once. You gotta try it once. And then if you're in Spain, you definitely got to try the strip club at least once. It's all about the menu. It is all about the menu. Everywhere you go, it's all about the menu. That's what you got to remember. No matter what country you're in, it's all about the menu. And do not just get in random taxis, especially if you've never heard of a strip club. Just an FYI. Because the minute he said that, that's why I was like, whoa, Spain's got strip clubs? No one's ever talked about them. But they have talked about brothels. So I guess I'm taking a trip to Spain. Get it funded. We are doing a live, we're going live from Spain, running of the bulls. See how fast Big Mo is, or HD, because I'm definitely not running in the bulls thing. I'm going to be videoing it from the brothel. Joke. It's a joke. Man. Oh, what prizes would I have wanted to see at the Bingo Loco? Shoot. They could have gave out some gift cards. They could have gave out money. They could have gave out better stuff, like multiple things. Like you could have gave out a total of maybe, let's see, we were there for 3 hours. You could have gave out 6 to 8 gifts. Maybe you could have had out where they had to pick it, and if they picked it, it was a dildo. Then you got like a gift card with that. Like, don't bring me upstage just taking a picture with no cutout of some random person that ain't even there. That ain't even important. So yeah, they could have had some other options on that. But hey, they're obviously doing better than me. They're making $60,000, $70,000 every 3 hours. And the setup isn't very hard for them either because they just show up. The other people set the stuff up, so they got it in the bag. Like I said, bougie bingo. We just go play all the music. We ain't doing. It ain't like a rave. It's like a backyard barbecue. Everything with the bees. Backyard barbecue for the bougie bingo. And if y'all steal my idea, give me 20%. Just saying. That's all you doing. Getting money at the money. That's crazy. HE never even told me that story. Man, he been all over the place. I have not been. I have left the country. That's a whole nother story. I think I told part of that story when I went to Mexico, but I've been to Mexico and I've been to Canada. I actually went to Canada for the first time. Uh, and I went into the McDonald's there and they had beer. I was like, what the heck? You can get beer here at McDonald's? So so I got like a quarter pounder, a French fry, and a large liter of beer. It was very interesting. And that was the first place I actually smoked on the stairs of downtown Vancouver. Was smoking some weed, and then we're just walking around. I was like, oh man! But we met the dude to get the weed in the back alley. I said, why I gotta meet you to get the weed in the back alley, but we can smoke it right here on the stairs? That didn't make sense to me. But oh well, it was good. Good time in Canada. That was my first and last time up there. I believe I was what 20, 21, 21, 21 or 22, something like that. I was young. It was a long time ago. Interesting there because a lot of you can drink at 18, so all the clubs are and people were able to get in the clubs with backpacks. I was like, what the heck? Why don't you just bring your alcohol in with you if you can just get in with a backpack? But hey, it was the old times. Good old Canada. That was before we raised the tariffs on them and all that. So I don't know if they're as cool with us as they were before. Mexico, that place was insane. Where was that? Senor Frogs down there in Puerto Vallarta. Shout outs to Senor Frogs. I ain't seen you in 20 in what am I? Yeah, like almost 3 decades, but that place was off the chain. I literally, yeah, was there till the next day, every day. It was like Vegas. It was my pre-funk to Vegas. That's what it was. Look what you started, Senior Frogs. My pre-funk to Vegas. But those are my trips out the country. They're trying to get me to go. Actually, I did go on a cruise, so technically, I did leave the country. I would like to hear if anybody's actually been on a cruise in the middle of like a hurricane or something. That would be the craziest ish ever. Like in the middle of the ocean, in the middle of a hurricane or typhoon at that time. I guess it ain't quite a hurricane yet. It just depends on the size of it or whatever cyclones, different parts of the earth. That's another question. Why does everything have like multiple meanings? Please, and who comes up with all that stuff? Please let me know. Like, why we got a cyclone and a typhoon and a hurricane? Typhoon, cyclones, I think are just almost the same thing, if not the same thing. I don't know. Another thing, I might just say this, but I'm gonna bring it back up next week. But who determines what days they are? I remember before you had Earth Day, grandparents' Day. It was like, and then the other holidays. It was like literally 10 days. Now every day has a day. Like this is Good Weather Day or something. I don't know what they be making up. Like hug your friend day. Um, like all these random days. But who comes up with this stuff, and why do people get to add it to my maps or my calendar? Like, how does that? How do you get to do that? What if I? Well, yeah. What if I don't like that day? Like, what if? I don't understand how you get to put that day up there. I understand the different locations. I'm just understand. I don't know why they have a different name. Why can't it just be a cyclone over there or just a hurricane or whatever? Why does it got to be a typhoon over there and a cyclone over here? What geologists or scientists or whoever determined that decided to do that? Don't they both do the same thing? Yeah. See, I'm just gonna start renaming stuff. He did it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna just start renaming it. Like that's not a typhoon. That's a cyclone. Or that's that wind. That's that wind thing. Oh, it's the way that they spin. Okay. See, learning stuff new. That's that spin thing. Nice. Once again, somebody can let me know how you get these days on your calendars. That'd be great too. Twice pay day. That'd be a great day. Don't do nothing day. Just gonna name a lot of days. But anyway, I'm gonna wrap this thing up. I appreciate you guys listening in with me. And like I said, HD a little bit earlier today. We'll be back next week once again, 7:15 to 8:30. The Guy Lingo Podcast. This is your boy Platinum Cash signing out. I'm out. Thank you.